As expected, the crypto market is covered in blood again. Bitcoin is forming a very dangerous setup on the charts, and the question everyone's asking is this the bottom, or will the drop continue? Welcome to the daily crypto market update with Machika. Today is October 18th, and we're going to calmly look at what's really happening behind the charts, what the crowd is feeling, and what's actually important to watch right now. Let's start with what we saw yesterday. Our targets on XRP worked perfectly. The price touched our long zone around 2.2 and already gave a clean 6% move without leverage. The same happened on SUI. Levels 2.32 and 2.15 gave a nice 7% bounce, and even the DEX token hype made a small but confident rebound from the area we discussed, 0.33, 0.31. That's why following the plan always matters. Even when the market feels scary and red, if you understand the logic, you can stay calm, keep your positions small, and actually earn. Right now, Bitcoin is trading near $106,000 after another wave of panic selling. Every attempt to bounce is still being crushed by bears, but at the same time, something interesting is happening. Bitcoin dominance is starting to bounce slightly. And that means the altcoin market is getting cheaper. Exactly the kind of opportunity patient traders were waiting for. So here's the mindset for today. We're not here to panic or guess the bottom. We're here to observe, prepare, and react smartly. The biggest mistake during corrections is losing control emotionally. The crowd is scared, headlines are full of doom, and YouTube thumbnails scream crypto crash. But the truth is simple. Markets never crash when everyone is already scared. Before we move on to Ethereum and the rest of the market setups, remember, if you want to stay updated with real analysis, new trade setups, and live market alerts, join our free Telegram community. Link in the description. That's where I post charts, liquidation maps, and quick insights every day, long before they appear here. All right, let's jump into the charts and look at what Ethereum and Solana are trying to tell us. Let's talk about Ethereum first, because right now it's showing the clearest setup in the market. The local plan we discussed earlier is already in motion. Resistance levels at $309 and $3,830 worked perfectly. They stopped the rally and reversed the price. As long as Ethereum stays below those zones, our short-term correction scenario remains valid. But here's something positive. If you open the ETH BTC chart, it still looks quite bullish. As long as ETH holds the daily support around 0.0345, the structure stays strong. There's a lot of liquidity above, and once the correction finishes, Ethereum could start outperforming Bitcoin again. On the monthly chart, the next big target is around 0.0555 BTC per ETH. Even if it's just a technical bounce inside the broader bear trend, that means when the market finally calms down, Ethereum could lead the recovery. Now about Bitcoin dominance. This is where it gets really interesting. We're almost touching the major resistance at 60.1%, and below that level lies a massive amount of untouched liquidity. Usually, in this kind of setup, we see a sharp impulse downward in dominance. And that's exactly the kind of move that gives power to altcoins. The first potential target for Bitcoin dominance is 57%, and on the weekly chart, it could drop even deeper toward 54.5%. So, once Bitcoin finds solid ground, which is the main problem right now, alts will likely start turning green, showing faster growth than BTC. But be careful, not with fear, but with precision. The media right now is trying to explain the correction in every possible way. Some say it's the banking crisis in the US, after weak reports from regional banks. But remember, it was exactly that banking panic in March 2023, Silicon Valley and Silvergate Bank collapse, that started the bull market when the Fed quietly printed billions to stabilize the system. Two others are talking about Japan raising interest rates. For 17 years, Japan had zero rates. Investors borrowed cheap yen, converted to dollars, and invested in stocks, bonds, and crypto. If the Bank of Japan raises rates, that carry trade becomes less profitable, so they start selling assets like stocks and crypto. Yes, it's a risk, but the US knows this perfectly. To prevent a meltdown, they'll simply print more money, lower rates, or reduce tariffs, and every one of those moves boosts risk markets like crypto. And finally, analyst Tom Lee claims the bubble of companies holding crypto on their balance sheets has already burst. But guess what? That same Tom Lee quietly bought hundreds of millions worth of Ethereum during the recent dip on October 10th. So what does all this mean? It means the noise is loud, but the logic is clear. When fear dominates headlines, opportunities are born, and when everyone is convinced that the market is dead, it's usually the start of a new wave. Now let's talk about the emotional side of the market. Because what's happening right now isn't just technical, it's psychological, and that's where the biggest opportunities always appear. Today, sentiment in crypto is absolutely terrible. Fear is everywhere. You open YouTube, influencers are sitting with sad faces, saying the bull market is over, that Bitcoin has already peaked, and that a massive crash is coming. But if you've been here long enough, you know what that means. When everyone turns bearish, it's almost never the real top. The Fear and Greed Index is showing extreme fear, even though Bitcoin is still above $100,000. We've literally never seen that before. During the 2021 bull run, extreme greed lasted all the way until the bear market bottom. Now we're seeing the opposite, fear at the highs. And that's exactly how powerful reversals begin. Even big names are panicking. The so-called reverse indicator. James Nguyen, who recently lost $150 million, is publicly predicting Bitcoin's collapse to 70K or 80K. Jim Cramer, another legendary contrarian, said crypto investors will soon leave the market completely. Every time these people turn bearish, what happens next? The opposite. The crowd is emotional. They sell fear, they chase greed, and they always move at the wrong time. Our job as traders and investors is not to join the panic, but to analyze the emotion itself. Right now, charts tell a different story. Ethereum is showing strength. The entire October 10th drop has been bought back. That's a sign of power, not weakness. And on the global ETH BTC chart, the next targets remain clear. 0.05 to 0.055 BTC per ETH. It means Ethereum could soon start outperforming Bitcoin again, while Bitcoin itself may become slower, less volatile, and give space for altcoins to run. Look also at Bitcoin dominance. There's massive liquidity above current levels, and usually it gets taken with a single red impulse. If that happens, the first target becomes 57%, and on the weekly time frame, even 54.5%. So while everyone is shouting about a crash, I see the setup forming for an altcoin recovery wave. Not instant, not easy, but powerful. Let's wrap everything up. We've talked about fear, sentiment, and how the media always finds a reason to explain what's already happened. But here's the truth. The best opportunities don't appear when the news is good. They appear when everyone is afraid to act. If you look around now, influencers are calling for a crash, Twitter is full of panic, and people are talking about the end of the bull market. But the charts say something different. Ethereum shows strength, altcoins are near their key support zones, and Bitcoin dominance looks ready to turn down. When that happens, liquidity will start flowing back into alts. So what should you actually do right now? Simple. Don't overleverage. Don't chase fear. If you're trading, wait for price to reach your levels, your setups. If you're investing, accumulate slowly, focus on strong projects, and remember, patience always wins in crypto. Because history repeats, after every big shakeout comes a recovery. After every bloodbath comes a rally. It's not about guessing the bottom, and it's about being ready when it happens. Even in this chaotic market, there are hidden signals of optimism. Major funds filing for Ethereum ETFs with staking options. Central banks quietly injecting liquidity. Whales buying Ethereum and altcoins again, even while saying the opposite on TV. That's why I, Machika, stay focused on the data, not the drama. Crypto rewards those who understand cycles, not those who follow fear. So here's my message to you. Use this correction wisely. Study, learn, prepare, and build your strategy. Because the next wave will come faster than anyone expects. And when it does, those who stayed patient will lead the game. If this update helped you, show some love. Like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel alive and motivates me to share deeper insights every single day. I'll see you in the next episode. And remember, stay calm, stay sharp, and keep your focus. Because the market always rewards discipline, not panic. Peace, and may the charts be with you. Machika out.